As we continue to talk about baptism, let's take a moment to consider the obedience it represents. Obedience is rarely a fun word, and so often when we hear mention of obedience, we clam up and go on the defensive. When it comes to Christian obedience, the type of obedience that is at the heart of baptism, many of these hesitancies we don't really apply. Yes, we are placing ourselves under God's authority, but not without having entered into a trusting relationship with Him first. God doesn't want human robots He can control. He wants children who trust Him and work alongside Him to bring about His vision for humanity. So if God doesn't want blind obedience, what does He want? Well, Jesus gives us a glimpse of what He is calling us into with this type of obedience. In the biography of Jesus written by Luke, Jesus says, "Why do you call me Lord, Lord, and do not do what I say? As for everyone who comes to me and hears my words and put them into practice, I will show you what they are like. They are like a man building a house who dug down deep and laid the foundation on rock. When a flood came, the torrent struck that house, but could not shake it because it was well built. But one who hears my words and does not put them into practice is like a man who built a house on the ground without a foundation. The moment the torrent struck that house, it collapsed, and its destruction was complete." What he is saying here is that it makes no sense to call Jesus the Lord of your life and then not actually follow through with His commands. When we do that, we are building a life and a faith on nothing but words, a house on sand. When we build our life on His laws, His commands, our trust in Him, it provides a stable foundation for us to flourish. Spend just a few minutes praying to Him. You might ask God to open your heart to one of His commands for your life that you can practice for a few days. You might just offer your obedience to Him and ask Him to remind you of His ways. I know it seems counterintuitive, but in obedience to Christ, I think you'll find freedom.